Hello, what is up guys? It's EvilDoUsHarm here today, back with another Blade and Soul video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the producer's letter that just went live yesterday, June 26th. For those of you that are new to the game and haven't been playing, or even if you're a more experienced player but have no idea what a producer's letter is, every so often, the producer of Blade and Soul, in this case Nico, who replaced Jonathan a few months back if you remember that, writes up a letter where they go over the status of the game, basically the things they've changed recently that they're trying to make the game better, what the current state of the game is, and what they plan on doing for the game in the future. And this year's update is pretty promising, I'm not going to lie. If you do want to read the letter in its entirety, I will be putting the link in the description below, so you can go ahead and click on it and read it through at your own pace. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through and hit the highlights for you right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first 3 paragraphs of this letter basically cover all the things that we've seen since the Awakening patch. So we have the addition of some new story content, the Awakening skills, the Blademaster and KFM 3rd specs, the Battle Royale PvP mode, the fishing system that was added to the game, the new live stream team that they have over at Blade and Soul covering their new patch notes, different cost reductions that have been added to the game to make the game more accessible to people, events that are coming out to help make the game more accessible to people. So all in all the stuff you've seen over the last 3 months are covered in those first 3 paragraphs. So if you have been away from the game for a while, definitely a lot of new stuff you might want to check out. Otherwise, it's all stuff you're already pretty used to. After these paragraphs is where we start getting into the new information. So the first thing that Nico touches on is the release of the Archer class that will be coming in September, so we have an official sort of release time frame for the Archer class. It follows every other class's release time though, so pretty expected. The Archer is sort of a melee ranged hybrid that deals with skill shots and stacking mechanics. Definitely looks like a fun class, and you can bet I'll be re-rolling. The next portion of the letter touches on the next 2 classes that are going to be getting 3rd specializations. So we already got the Blade Master and the Kung Fu Master with the most recent patch. The next 2 are going to be the Destroyer and the Assassin. So if you play either of those classes, you have something to look out for. The estimated time of release is before the end of the year, so that's going to be pretty cool. They go on to say that there's going to be new dungeons, raids, and equipment that will be released as we progress through, which is pretty standard. That comes out as the game progresses. But along with these dungeons and raids, it's going to be the addition of a new easy mode for dungeons. So they're basically getting rid of the majority of the instant wipe mechanics to let people play at a little bit more casual pace. There's no word on whether these are going to be part of the daily dungeons. This was actually given out in the Korean producer's letter that came out a few weeks ago. And there was no mention of whether that's going to count towards daily challenge as well on the Korean letter. But definitely something cool for newer players if it does count on the daily dungeons, because you'll be able to do the dungeon at a much more casual and relaxed pace with a lot lower gear requirements. Another cool thing on this list is going to be the addition of teams for Shackled Isles PvP. So Shackled Isles PvP is the Battle Royale mode. Teams would make it sort of like a Fortnite. You can queue up with a bunch of your buddies, head on into the Battle Royale, and try and kill everybody else. So a pretty solid addition that would make the game mode a little bit more fun to be playing with the lads. And then there's a few more general quality of life improvements to the different existing systems that they have listed out. But a big one here as well is the PvE and PvP attack power balancing, which will hopefully make 6v6 PvP a bit more manageable for people that aren't super well geared. And even if it doesn't, hopefully it helps to balance the PvE content a little bit, because there is a large discrepancy in overall DPS from classes at super late game, because they are balanced for PvP rather than PvE. So the last bit of actual game news is the Unreal Engine 4 updated timeline sort of thing. And basically all it says is that they're pushing it back to next year. That it is unlikely that it will come out this year, which is kind of disappointing. But if you do check out this embedded video that's included with the actual letter itself, and once again the letter's link is included in the description below so you can watch the video, it really does look super nice. So I really hope that they're working on this, and I really hope it comes out sooner than later, because it's definitely something that'll A, inject a huge number of players into it because it looks absolutely stunning, and B, will hopefully improve the actual gameplay itself, improve some FPS issues that players have, and really bring the game into the modern era, which would be awesome. So as far as actual game information, that is all that this letter contains. The final bit of information is that there is a new Blade and Soul producer. They hired someone to replace Jonathan, and that is Sage Loya. She is a new industry veteran in this, and she will be the new Blade and Soul producer. So that's pretty cool. I wish her the best of luck and congratulate her on her new position. And yeah guys, that is basically it for the letter. So a lot of exciting stuff coming to Blade and Soul. I'm pretty excited. It seems like they're moving in the right direction and trying to make the game more enjoyable for everybody to play. So definitely exciting news. If you haven't played the game in a while, might be time to come back into it with all these new changes that will be coming along and all the changes that have happened in the last few months. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you want to read the whole letter, link is in the description below. If you did like my summary of this, please leave a like and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Thank you so much for watching once again. I will see you at the next video. Peace.